Hey, you guys, it's Shayla. I'm back. Same day, new video. So I owed you two videos, one for today and one for yesterday because Friday was crazy. So I didn't get to record a video, but I am committed to recording a video for every day of the month of April. The only day that you didn't get a video and won't get a video by the end of this month is on April 1st because that was Easter, Resurrection Sunday. And I typically don't work on Sundays. I work Sunday afternoons. Let me clarify that. After church and everything. But I didn't record a video that day. It was just too much going on. Anyway, so nonetheless, my new videos do release on Sundays though. Every Sunday you get a new video from me here on this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. I'll leave the link below for the other one if you're interested. But you will get a new video every single Sunday. But for the month of April, and we'll see what happens in May because I'm liking this so far, so good. For the month of April, I'm giving a new video every single day. So here we go. So this is your official Saturday video. I did Fridays already. You probably already saw it. If not, be sure to go over and check it out. I'll try to leave a link somewhere for that. For those of you who don't know, I'm Shayla Smart and I am the mom genius, and I'm also a work at home expert. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something a little bit different than just money making, because that's what I talk to you about. But today I'm going to talk to you about never convincing someone to buy from you. That's a no-no, right? And I'm going to explain what to do instead. So instead of begging, convincing, persuading, breaking down all of the, ins and outs of a thing to the point where there's nothing left to be desired. I'm going to tell you what to do instead. And so I have 7 steps for you. I'm going to plow through them really quickly because they're pretty easy to understand. But of course, if you have questions about them, you can always DM me or Facebook me, and I'll be happy to answer a question. Or better yet, leave a comment below and I'll answer your question there as well so everybody can see the answer. So never convince anyone to buy from you, but this is what you should do instead. So before I get into number 1 through 7, I want to make sure I say this. Subscribe! You already knew what I was going to say. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. We are on a goal. Okay, I'm the only black girl in the world with no rhythm. However, that's not what this is about. We are on goal to hit 500 subscribers. And once we hit 500 subscribers, I am going to do a personal giveaway. That's right. I'm going to go get some stuff, like actually leave my house, get in the car, go to the store, purchase some stuff with my money, and I'm going to drop it in the mailbox to you. I may even do 2. You never know what mood I'm in. So if you want to be a part of that, all you have to do is be a subscriber to this channel. And I would hope that you would like and comment and share my videos too. But at the very least, you just need to be a subscriber. And once we hit 500, I'm going to do a random drawing and do a giveaway. And it's going to be really, really good. So you don't want to miss it. You want the opportunity. And the only way to have an opportunity to win is to be a subscriber. So hit that little red subscribe button. I appreciate it. So before we hit number 1, though, I want to talk about building relationship. So everything I'm going to tell you in number 1 through 7 is based off of building relationship. That's it. You don't want to just walk up to people and start, buy my thing, buy my thing. And I hate when people do this. And that's a strong word. I very, very strongly dislike when people get in my inbox on Facebook, and to me, they're trolls. But they get in my inbox on Facebook. Hi, how are you? I'm the same way I was before you attempted to try to sell me something that I don't need and you know nothing about me. And the reason I think it bothers me so much too, one sec, is because I know you know nothing about me. You will ask me a question, you being they, a question that you can just go to my Facebook page and see. If you just take 2 seconds to go to my face, like if you're going to inbox somebody, because I believe in inbox money. I made a lot of money. I've closed last year. I remember I closed about 3 deals in a row. It was midnight when I got done. I closed 3 deals in a row for my coaching services, high-level coaching services, in my Facebook inbox. Not on the phone, but through inbox. Closed the services. And these were $3,000 and $5,000 coaching packages. And I closed 3 of them in my Facebook inbox. So I believe in inbox money. It can happen, but the relationship has to be genuine. So when you just jump in somebody's inbox, buy my things, and you spamming your link and telling them this and that, and they haven't asked you anything, you don't know their age, you don't know what's going on, you don't know nothing about them, And all you had to do was go over to the Facebook page and look on their Facebook and look in just the about section, the little bio that's there on the left, and learn a couple things. Look at a couple of posts. Scroll back a little further just to see what kind of things they post about and they talk about. That could help you in building a relationship. Hey, I see that you such and such, based on whatever it is you want to talk to them about. And you can't sell somebody on the first time. And I think a lot of people just don't care, and they're just doing and hoping it sticks like spaghetti when they throw it against the wall. Just they're hoping. You cannot build a business or income cash flow off of hoping. And I say business and then I say something else because a lot of people hear the word business and they tune out because a lot of people are like, I don't want to build a business. That's too hard. Well, anytime you're making money on your own that's not attached to a paycheck from someone else in a W-2, and you did not fill out a W-4 to get that money, you are on your own. Like, that's business, right? But call it what you want. But build relationships. So all of these are based on relationship. Number one, share the benefits of the thing. So if you're selling a service, if you're selling a product, you want to share the benefits, not the features. So you're selling a brand new minivan. You see, you have a mom customer or a dad customer, and they have 4 kids. You're selling them a minivan. So you're not going to talk to them about the brand new windshield wipers and how fast they go. You're not going to talk to them about how good the brakes are. These are things that are assumed anyway, but you're not going to talk to them about all of that. You probably won't even talk to them about the DVD player, although based on your customer, that could be an actual benefit or solution to a problem. So you want to sell the benefit or the solution. What problem do they have? They need a bigger car for more room. So then you're going to talk about the capacity of the minivan, the room that's in the minivan, because this is now a solution to a problem. So you want to talk about the benefits or the solution. You don't want to talk about the features. So another feature could be the DVD player. So it could go either way, right? It could be a feature because it's a DVD player. It's part of the van, but it could be a solution if when mom's driving, the kids cry all the time. I remember my oldest, she used to just wait till we get in the car and then she want to cry when she was little, but we got that worked out. But she used to just want to cry, and then she would cry because she was hungry. Like, we just left. You were knocked out sleep, and now we get in the car, you decide you want to cry and you want to eat. And I'm driving. I've literally had to drive like this and hold my arm back and feed her when she's like a few months old. But anyway, so having a DVD player in the car could be a solution because it quiets the kids down and keeps them calm. So if that is a concern that person has had, then you want to speak to the solution of whatever they're telling you, which leads me to number 2. Listen for questions, interest. Oh, and I have my notes here. That's why I'm looking down. So if you guys are like, what is she doing? I have notes. You want to listen to the questions that they ask, because usually when someone's asking questions about the thing that you offer, they're interested. They just want to make sure they have clarification. This happened to me on a consultation. That was actually today. It happened on a consultation. They were asking me about the benefits to something that I said I had a resource to. And when I broke down the information, it's like, oh, okay, great. It has that. And they asked me twice about the same thing. And I just wanted to make sure I clarified it. So I said the same thing again. It's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure. And that's what she said. And I was like, yeah, I know. This is what I do. She wanted to make sure. And so she was clarifying that it had the benefits that she wanted. It had the solution that she wanted, right? She didn't care how many times a month we were going to meet. She didn't care how many times she got to speak to me and talk to me. All those things are important. Those aren't the questions she asked. She asked about the solution and the benefits. And when I could clarify that, yes, that solution and that benefit was involved in this offer, then she was happy to oblige, right? And then people are happy to give you their money. So listen for the questions. This usually means they're interested. And also with number 2, when they have questions that may speak against, or they're saying, I don't think this is for me. This is where we sometimes start to convince, or we start to throw in free things. If you're a coach or consultant, this is where you'll probably, well, I can also give you my 2-part series on how to close a sale. I can also give you my 2-part series on how to build a great graphic. I can also give you my 2-part series on how to start your own masterclass. Like, we start throwing in all these bonuses and all these things, and sometimes we don't know it, but we're overwhelming the person, so they're not going to buy anyway. A confused mind does not buy. Remember that. That's a bonus. But when they have concerns and say, oh no, that's not for me, I don't think so, or I don't want, then we hit them with the rebuttal, right? The rebuttal, your rebuttal to them based off of what they said. But you cannot do number 2 with the rebuttal if you have not built the relationship, which is the first thing I told you guys before we got into the 1 through 7. You have to have a relationship. If you have a relationship and you've talked to that person, you've gotten to know them. This is why we have consultations, free strategy sessions, and paid strategy sessions, and paid consultations, these sort of things. When you go to a dentist, doctor, lawyer, whomever, they give consultations so you can see if this situation, if this relationship is going to be a good fit for both parties. And so during the consultation, you're building relationship, you're building rapport. And if you can do that in the beginning before you start going through 1 through 7, then when you get to number 2 and they have a something against the product or service that you're offering, or something they're saying, oh no, I don't want it because it doesn't do this, or I don't want it because it does this, then you can come with your rebuttal. This is not convincing. These are facts. And again, we're talking about the benefits and the solution. We're not talking about the features unless they're specifically talking about the lack of a feature. Whatever their concern is, you give them a rebuttal that gives them a fact about their concern. So if she says, oh, the minivan is great, but I see it only has, enough seats for 4. Sometimes we pick up the grandparents, grandma and grandpa, and they want to ride. So there's not going to be enough room for myself, my husband, and the 4 kids. And you say, oh no, the back seat actually unfolds. And so there's enough room for additional 2 to 3 people. Boom, you have now cleared a rebuttal, and you've been able to get them from something that was going to take and be a deal breaker to now saying, oh, you just solved my problem. You showed me another benefit or another solution that is going to answer the problem that I had. So that's number 2. Listen for questions, because questions mean they're interested. So you can actually answer those questions and take away any doubt that they had. But if they still have doubtful concerns, then you want to have a rebuttal that speaks to a fact of whatever it is that they're concerned about. Number 3, answer what's asked. When people teach about sales, I don't know that a lot of people say this or talk about this. I think it's supposed to be already known. But if you're not good at sales, if sales make you nervous or uncomfortable, this could be a deal breaker. Number 3, answer what is asked. Don't start talking around in circles and you never got the answer to my question, because I still got the same question. Don't start telling me the answer and then go off to something else. Tell me what I want to know. And if the answer is no or it doesn't fit, then tell me that. I know a lot of times I've watched coaches when I was building up my business, my coaching business, and people would be like, oh, well, is this program right for me? Or I'd be on webinars and say, well, is this really a good program for me? If I want to write poetry and this class is about writing comics, and the person would say, oh, yes, it's great for everybody, even those who write poetry. Now, it could be true, but I'm trying to understand how a comical, what is it called? I'll just say freelance for the lack of creative writing class for a comic relief or comics is going to fit into me writing poetry, serious poetry, because my poetry is not funny, right? Serious poetry. And so you would be able to then rebuttal and give them an understanding of how they go together. Or if it's just not a good fit, you say it's not a good fit. Answer what is asked. Don't try to make it something that it's not. Because at the end, this is how you get refunds, chargebacks, and all of this stuff when people are not satisfied with the product at hand because you told them it was something that it wasn't. And don't talk yourself out of the sale. Don't try to sugarcoat it or bump it up or pump it up to be something that it's not, because you will talk yourself out of a sale. So that's number 3. Answer what is asked. Number 4, this is one that even a seasoned salesperson can screw up if they're not paying attention. And I probably shouldn't say that, screw up, but it's a screw up. And I watched a professional sales lady on YouTube long time ago, and I just thought it was brilliant. And she talked about how she told this guy all the benefits and all the features, and she was trying to sell him an airplane. The company she worked for, she was the person to go out, give them a tour of the plane, fly and show and do all of that stuff. And then they came back to the meeting place. Why they didn't close the deal on the plane, I don't know. But they came back to the meeting place and sat down, and she said, well, have I answered all your questions? And he was like, yeah, you've answered everything I've asked. And she says, well, is there any reason today, this is sales speak, is there any reason that we can't close this deal today? That's a great close, which I'm going to get to next. That's a great close, right? Because it's an open-ended question for a yes or a no, or yes, this is why, or a no, and you close it. But he said to her, the customer said to the sales lady, no. And she said she had been going on for a couple hours, because remember, they took a plane and went here and went there. And she said it had been going on for a couple hours. And she's like, he's still not it doesn't feel like he's going to buy. And I don't see what I've done that would make him not buy. And so she asked him the closing question, is there any reason why we can't close this deal today? And he says, no, I've just been waiting on you to ask. That's number 4. Ask for the sale. And it doesn't always sound like, hey, so you're going to buy my thing? Or, hey, do you want to get it? No, it's as simple as closing the conversation, which is number 5, closing the sale. Have I answered all your questions? Boom. And it's hard and it's tricky because I hear customer service reps on the phone do this a lot because I have a call center, a virtual call center. But it's, can I do anything else for you today, Mr. Such and Such? Can I do anything else for you today? And then as soon as you ask that, guess what happens? They reply with something else because you open the door for them to ask more questions. And they're like, well, I got you on the phone. Let me see if I can get everything I need. Right. And so once you've answered the question, repeat to them, hey, we've covered your concern with blah, 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 blah. This is for my customer service reps. And we've been able to also give them a recap of what you've done for them. And say, it was a pleasure speaking to you, and you closed the call. So in this case, you're going to close the sale. You can recap, or you can say, okay, I'm so glad we were able to work out that you are ready to start your blog, and you are also ready to learn how to put together membership groups. So I'm going to be sending you an email once this conversation is done that is going to give you the link to where you go and sign up to get the blogging course, and where you go to sign up and get the mastermind recording of how to start your own membership. Does that sound good? That's a question they can only say yes or no to. If they have a question at that point, they'll ask it, but don't set yourself up because it'll go on and on and on forever. You got to close it, right? So close out the conversation. You're going to ask for the sale, and saying, does that sound good, is them agreeing, yes, it sounds good. So you're going to send the email. Thanks. It was great talking to you. If it's a payment. So if you're a coach or consultant and you're saying, well, we had a great conversation, and what I understand is you are looking to blah, 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 your business, 10x your income, blah, 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 blah. And I believe that such and such program is going to be right for you. You can go through and say it's going to allow you to. This is where you make sure you talk about the benefits. It's going to allow you to grow your email list. It's going to allow you to 10x your income, and it's going to allow you to get confidence, whatever the benefits are, not the features, the benefits. The features would be, we have 6 classes a month. It's basically $3 a day for your class, and there's going to be other women in there that they don't really care about that. They care about what the outcome is going to be. So what is the benefit? What is the solution to the problem? I'm not making no money in my business. What is the solution? The solution is, when you take this program, I'm going to give you the tools that you need to be able to 10x your income, to that, something to that effect, right? They want to know what's in it for them, basically. So you've done that. You're asking for the sale. Okay, great. So we have you set, and we understand that the Get Start program is right for you. The investment is, whatever the investment is, how would you like to pay? American Express, Discover, Visa, PayPal, MasterCard, whatever. That is the close. That is the asking for the sales, kind of all together. And that is how you ask. Now, if I said that just now and you were like, oh my gosh, what do you mean Discover, MasterCard? That is it. It's no different than when you go to Target and it says your total is $55.19 and you hand them your debit card. They don't have to ask for it because $55.19 is the close of the sale. This transaction is wrapping up. Give me your credit card so I can give you your receipt and your packages, and you can be on your way. It's the same thing when you're having a conversation with somebody for your business or whatever you're promoting or selling, MLM, network marketing, whatever it is. So you want to close the sale. Number 6, tell them what they get and what to expect next. Now, tell them what to get is not the benefits, because that should have already been taken care of, but tell them what they get, if you're going to send a follow-up email, if they're going to have to log in and create an account to set up their back office, if they are supposed to get on another call with you, or if they're getting a bonus and they need to know where to get those bonuses from, if they need to go over and pay at PayPal, tell them what's next. Next, I need you to go ahead and open your email on the phone and go ahead and click on the payment button. Go to their email while you're on the phone. Do not hang up the phone without getting your payment. That's a whole nother training, but especially I'm talking to my coaches and consultants right now, but don't hang up the phone without getting your payment. They need to pay while they're there, because as soon as you hang up, you have left the door open for them to start thinking about all the reasons they can't afford it. They shouldn't do it. Fear sets in. They told somebody about it and they said that was too much. I can't believe you would invest that for that. And what does she think she knows that she can teach you and you can do that? You went to school and that. This is too much, right? So you get the payment on the phone. I'll sit and wait while you process the payment. And then tell them what to expect next. Okay, great. Monday is going to be our first call, blah, 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 blah. And you go from there. Number 7, if Oh, if it's a no, then you want to start the follow-up series. If whatever you're selling, offering, and they say no to it, whether it's paid or not, and they're saying no, and it's not a no like it's not a good fit, because you will know if it's a good fit or not. Had plenty of coaching and consulting consultations where they were just not an ideal client for me. They just were not my ideal client. And so I had to be, okay, I don't think this is going to fit you. And that's usually when people start backpedaling and say, oh, but no, because people don't like rejection. People don't like to be told no. And it's not about rejection. It's not about being told no. It's the same vice versa. If you didn't think I was the coach or the person to help you in business, you have the right to tell me no. And if I, as a coach, don't believe that I can service you, help you, I'm going to refer you to someone else first. And if I don't know anybody to refer you to, because I've had this happen too, I've had to tell people, I don't even know anybody I can refer you to, because what you're asking for, what you want, I don't know anybody that does it, or I don't know anybody that does it that cheap. I've had to have that conversation. And eventually they'll find who they're looking for, or maybe they won't. But regardless, I have to be upfront and do my due diligence and say, this is not for you. What I have to offer does not match up what you want, or I'm not going to be. And some people are just a headache and you don't want to deal with them. So you just say, what I have is not for, we're not a match, and be done with it. But if the no is a no because they can't afford it right now, or they just weren't ready mentally to invest, or to take on the responsibility of doing the work, because that happens a lot. If you are doing digital products and things like that, sometimes you don't really, you won't know probably. But when this is a face-to-face conversation, if it's a no, then follow up. It's not too much to follow up 7 times. Most people need a 7 to 8 touch point before they actually buy. And it just depends on the price range too. Some people haggle you over $15. Some people haggle you over $40. Some people haggle you over $1,000. I've had experiences on both ends. I know people that do a higher ticket if they really want it, and they're committed to the solution. They will get it, and you won't hear anything but, okay, how do I pay? Or they may say, can I split it in 2? Or do you have a payment plan? And that's fine. We go from there. But people, this is my personal thing. I'm going to say this, and hopefully, if it's less than $2,000, I'm really not going to go in circles with you. You want it or you don't. Because over the $2,000 mark, statistically, and I've seen it, people need a conversation, and I get that. No problem. Some people need a conversation for $100, but I'm probably not the person to have that conversation with you, because if I've showed you the benefits, if I've done my job to show you the benefits, and I've answered all your questions and concerns, and you still are like, well, I don't know, it's usually because you can't afford it. And most people will not say they can't afford it. Some people will, but a lot of people, this is experience, a lot of people won't say they can't afford it. And instead of saying that, they tell you something about it is not right, or it's not for them. And at that point, you just got to have your professional judgment and your eye. If, once you do it a while, you're doing sales a while, to know when a person really can't afford something. When a person really can't afford something, and when it's just not for them, right? And so once you figure that out, you kind of, you learn as you go, but then you have to be okay with that. Again, we're never convincing people to get our thing. We are going to instead do 1 through 7. We're going to share the benefits. We're going to listen to the questions they ask, give a rebuttal if they have any negative response, answer what is asked. KISS, keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple. Don't make it more complicated. Number 4, ask for the sale. Number 5, close the sale. Number 6, tell them what they get and what to expect next after they purchase. And then number 7, follow up at least 7 times. And this can be done through email series. I always do a reach out. So either through Messenger, depending on how we communicate it, through a phone call. I'll pick up the phone and call you. Have no problem with that. And I'll do a follow-up series of emails depending on where they came in or what it was. So hopefully this has helped you and supported you in your journey of selling and not convincing, because we don't want to beg anybody to get anything of ours. Because if I sell something and you sell something and we sell the same thing, and there's one customer, they're going to pick me or they're going to pick you. And if they pick you, then you resonated with them. You explained it maybe better. You told the benefits better. Sometimes we're not clear on the benefits. That can really mess up a sale if you're talking more about the features than the actual benefits and solution. So just make sure you practice that. And if I wasn't clear, then they're not going to want to buy from me. They're going to choose someone else. And everybody is not your client. Everybody's not your customer. And you have to be okay with that. If you saw the last video, we can't be worried about what people think of us. So, oh my gosh, they didn't buy. Did I do something wrong with it? if you did what you were supposed to do in the steps, or in the process of your selling, presenting the offer, then that's all you can do. Sometimes they don't resonate with you, and that's okay. And you have to be okay with, there's too many people in this world. Too many people in this world for you to get caught up on not making a sale. And nobody has 100% close rate that I know of. There may be some people out there, but I don't know any of them. When I was doing coaching and consulting, my close rate was about 60 to 70%, which is actually pretty high. But it takes practice, right? And I knew my audience, my target very, very well. So I attribute it to that. And of course, God. I love you guys. I will see you on Sunday, which is tomorrow, for a brand new video, which is all about how I made over $18,000 in my sleep in a 12-month period. I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, how I did it, and how I'm still doing it and making money. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Remember to subscribe. Bye.